Okay. Hey, and this video is going to be about choosing a business entity and which choice is the right for you and your situation. This is probably one of the top questions I get, right? It's around LLC, what should I be? How do I start my business? That kind of thing. And which one is the best for tax savings? Like those are the questions I get. And it's usually around LLC. Most people are asking me, hey, should I be an LLC? And my answer is not necessarily. First, my answer is there is not one right entity choice for everybody. Okay, it depends on your situation, depends on what's your exit strategy, what are you looking to do with the business? Do you have partners or colleagues or someone that you're starting this with? Are you looking to protect assets? Is this just going to be a side hustle for 10, 15 grand a year? There's so many questions that I have for you, right, as you're starting out. So first, what is a business entity? A business entity is a legal structure, and you always file with the state. So if you are a Texas resident, you can go to the Texas Secretary of State and file your legal structure, so your business entity. So that's where you would form your LLC. Sometimes people think of, hey, I don't know, Delaware is the best state, or Wyoming is the best state to form my LLC. And this could be true for some situations, but it's not for everyone. So I don't like to see people just going straight to Delaware, to Wyoming, to a specific state because they think it's the best for them, because it's not necessarily. So again, business entity is filed with your state, Secretary of State. Normally, when I see for most business owners, it's best to file in the state where you live, you domicile, where you're going to be doing your business. That is the best advice. There always are exceptions, so just be aware of that. So now that we understand, right, business entity is legal structure to my business or to your business. And I like to say there are 4 choices. There's more, but really the 4 choices are the most popular. So the first one is your sole proprietor. You don't have to file anything normally with this. Most states do not require that. You can operate under your legal name and just be a sole proprietor. It's simple, right? Easy, no extra costs, and we like that. But many people, right, the next option is the LLC. Many people want this, right? Limited liability company. That's what LLC stands for. So again, this is a legal structure for your business, and you would file this with the state where you plan to do business, or what's your residence or your domicile. The LLC, again, legal thing, right? So we're starting to legally separate us from our business. That's the goal. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to go into too much more details than that, but I'm going to tell you the LLC, contrary to popular belief, has absolutely no tax benefits. It is a legal structure only. Should I repeat that? LLC itself, whether you are single member or multi-member, right? So if you're alone or with others, colleagues, friends, partners, whatever, has no tax benefits. Okay. Other things that we could be would be a partnership. So this would be a multi-member LLC that would be immediately or defaultly treated for tax purposes as a partnership. So an LLC can be a partnership, right? So if you have more than one member, 2 members, 3 members, 5 members, 10 members of your LLC, multi-member, that's what we call it. Again, it can be a spouse or a partner. You are a partnership for taxation purposes. The other things we have are corporations. So we have our S Corp, and our S Corp is not a legal entity structure. So remember, entity structure, sole proprietor, LLC. You can have a partnership, so you can have like an LLP. That's what we call limited partnership, LP. These are all legal structures. S Corp is a tax election. So we are choosing to have our business, which is maybe an LLC, taxed as an S Corp. That's what a tax election means. So it is not a legal structure. Again, your legal structure would still be LLC, but your tax structure would be S Corp. And that's where you're going to, there's where the confusion maybe kind of lies. And the other kind of corporation we have is your C Corp. So this is people think of like these big conglomerate C Corps, but you can have a smaller C Corp, that's fine. And a C Corp itself, so if you create a C Corp, so Tax Queen Incorporated, right? So now I'm a C Corp. A C Corp itself also, so you can go and register that corporation, can elect S Corp at some point if they want, or straight from the beginning. So if I went to my state and I created Tax Queen Incorporated, that same day, I can file a form to be tax treated as an S Corp. So I'm a corporation, I'm not an LLC, but I'm treated as an S Corp. So I'm hoping that this is providing a little bit of clarity and you kind of understand what's going on here. I don't like that everyone says, oh, you should be an LLC. Everyone's like friends and family. Oh, you should start an LLC. You should open an LLC, file for an LLC, form an LLC. Without really understanding what the LLC is. And it's a legal structure. So the other things is which one is best for you. So you understand, right? We have sole proprietor, we have LLC, that's a legal structure, and then we have corporations. Partnerships, kind of go with the LLC, right? So if you have multi-member, right, you have a partnership. But how do you know which one fits your circumstances? So sole proprietor really, I think, is honestly a great way for many people to just get their feet wet in the business world. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's simple, right? Easy. I can just get started. So if I'm a photographer and I want to start selling my photos, I can just sell them under my legal name. Not a problem. I can also I could call it like Ryan Photography. Right? It has my legal name in there. So that is allowed. If I have assets to protect, again, not a lawyer, so I'm not giving you legal advice, but if you have assets to protect and you want to start to separate yourself from your business, so personal and business buckets, right? Financial buckets are different. We start to form LLCs. And I think this is partially where the popularity has come from because people think you get this automatic protection when you form an LLC. And unfortunately, it's not that simple. It's not automatic, right? You really do have to keep everything separate. So separate bank account, separate finances, and all way, right? No commingling. The minute you start to commingle, that the protection goes out the window. And this is the biggest problem I see with LLCs is that many people don't separate, especially from the beginning. It's like, it's too overwhelming. It's too much work and effort just to get started on their small business that they don't even know yet is going to be successful. So just be aware of that. LLC is not this magic structure for everyone. But remember, no tax benefits of being an LLC. I do see if your plan is growth, right? The LLC is a great option to have. And the reason for that is because then when your business takes off and has these high profits, right? I'm talking 50 to 100,000 of net profit. So not revenue, but net profit. So the bottom line of your profit and loss statement is your net profit. So you have your income or revenue, you have your expenses, and that gives you your net profit. So if your net profit starts to see 50 to 100,000, that's where the S Corp can start to save you on taxes. And that's where it's beneficial to elect this. There are other things to consider. It is not for everybody, but definitely as you start to see higher revenue, if you have that LLC from the beginning or already formed, now it's much easier to just change it, right? Our tax election to S Corp. So I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity. If you still have questions, please reach out. Leave comments here on this video. That's okay too. I do answer questions, but hopefully that gives you a little clarity on business entity choices. Remember, we're talking about legal entities here, things that we're registering with the states. See you next time.